So AI and consciousness. Huh. This is a pretty deep rabbit hole we're about to jump into.
It really is. And, there are a lot of people out there who are kind of worried about the whole AI thing.
That's going to take over the world, right?
Yeah.
Become self-aware and decide humans are obsolete. I've seen that movie a few times.
Exactly. But what if we could actually use AI to, help us become more conscious, reach a higher level of understanding and awareness?
That's a pretty wild thought. Like, instead of worrying about AI becoming our overlords, we could team up with it to unlock our own potential.
That's the idea. Some people call it intelligence amplification. It's kind of like, how we use tools to enhance our physical abilities, like glasses to see better or cars to get around faster. So why not use AI to boost our mind?
Okay, I'm following. But what does that actually look like? How could AI actually help us become, like, more conscious?
Well, there are already some interesting examples out there. Have you heard about that AI Jesus avatar they have in Switzerland?
An AI Jesus? Seriously, I got to hear more about this.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's basically this AI that people can interact with, ask it questions, even have like spiritual dialogues with it. It's designed to, offer insights and guidance based on religious and spiritual texts.
That is fascinating. What kind of AI is even behind something like that? Is it just like programmed with a bunch of Bible verses or something?
It's more sophisticated than that. It uses natural language processing so it can actually understand and respond to your questions. And it's constantly learning and evolving as it interacts with people.
Okay, so not just a chatbot spitting out pre-programmed answers. It's actually learning and adapting on the fly.
Precisely. And then there's Deepak Chopra's digital Dharma app. It uses AI to create personalized meditation practices for users.
So AI is already being used for spiritual guidance and like mindfulness practices. But how exactly does AI help you reach a higher level of consciousness?
Well, one of the sources we dug into for this deep dive gets into some pretty intriguing historical context. Turns out the CIA was really interested in consciousness expansion back in the day.
Wait, the CIA? Now you've really got my attention.
Yeah, there were all these top secret projects like the Gateway process. They were trying to figure out ways to achieve altered states of consciousness, things like out-of-body experiences, that kind of stuff.
Okay, that is wild and a little creepy, honestly. What kind of methods were they using? Truth serum.
Hypnosis.
They were actually looking into things like brainwave synchronization,
Yeah.
using sound frequencies to influence brain activity.
Sound frequencies like
Yeah.
music,
Ah,
binaural beats.
exactly. The idea is that, when you listen to certain frequencies, it can actually alter your brainwave patterns and induce different states of consciousness.
That's fascinating. I've definitely heard about binaural beats being used for meditation and relaxation, but I never knew the CIA was researching this stuff.
Yeah, they were pretty deep into it. And what's interesting is that now with AI, we have the potential to personalize these frequencies, create soundtracks that are tailored to your specific brainwave pattern. So instead of just listening to generic meditation music, we could have AI compose soundtracks that are designed to like supercharge our meditation practice or help us reach deeper states of consciousness.
That's the idea. And this isn't just science fiction anymore. There are actually researchers using AI to analyze EEG data and create frequencies that can, promote cognitive enhancement, help with anxiety, even improve sleep.
So AI is like a composer for our minds, crafting these sonic experiences to help us reach our full potential.
I love it. But where do these special frequencies come from?
Well, there's a whole world of research on specific frequencies and, their effects on consciousness. Some people believe that certain frequencies like 369 hertz or 777 hertz have unique properties that can, expand your awareness.
Okay, I am definitely putting those numbers into my notes. This is all starting to sound very sci-fi, but also strangely plausible. Like, what if this is the future of spirituality?
Well, hold on to your hat because it gets even more futuristic when we start talking about virtual reality and augmented reality. VR for consciousness expansion.
Yeah.
Okay, now you're really speaking my language. Tell me more.
Imagine, putting on a VR headset and being transported to a virtual environment that's specifically designed to facilitate a deep meditative state.
Okay, I'm with you so far. I've done some guided meditations in VR. It's pretty amazing.
But this is next level. Imagine that the AI is actually analyzing your brain activity in real time and adjusting the environment, the soundscape, everything to optimize your experience and help you reach deeper states of consciousness.
Wow. So it's like having a personalized meditation retreat curated by an AI that knows exactly what your brain needs to reach that blissful state.
Exactly. And it's not just about meditation either. Imagine VR experiences that simulate, mystical experiences like near-death experiences or
Yeah.
those transcendental states described by like spiritual master.
Okay, that is mind-blowing. Instead of just reading about those experiences, you could actually experience them firsthand in a safe and controlled environment.
Exactly. And by combining VR with those AI-generated sound frequencies we talked about, the possibilities become almost limitless.
This is incredible. But I also have to wonder, with all this powerful technology, what about the potential downsides? Like, is it all sunshine and rainbows?
That's a great question, and it's definitely something we need to explore further. There are definitely potential risks and ethical considerations that we can't ignore.
Okay, well, I'm definitely on the edge of my seat now. Can't wait to dive into the potential dark side of all this.
It's wild, right? All this stuff we've been talking about, AI, Jesus, CIA experiment, sound frequencies changing your brain.
Yeah, my mind is kind of blown. But it'd be cool to hear about, like, what's actually happening now,
Yeah.
Real world stuff.
Totally. So one thing that's already happening is personalized meditation using machine learning.
Mm.
There are these apps that analyze your biofeedback data.
Like heart rate and brain waves and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And then based on that data, the app creates a meditation session that's tailored to your like specific needs in that moment.
So instead of just listening to a generic guided meditation, you're getting a practice that's designed just for you.
Exactly. It's like having a personal meditation coach, but it's AI. And the more you use it, the more the AI learns about you and keeps refining the practice.
That's amazing. So we've got personalized meditation, and then we talked about those personalized sound frequencies too. What else is out there?
Well, some people are really excited about the potential of AI to create like personalized self-discovery paths.
Like AI could help you figure out your purpose in life.
Kind of. Imagine an AI system that analyzes your personality, your values, beliefs, maybe even your genetic predispositions, and then it recommends practices or resources that align with your, unique potential.
Wow, it's pretty deep. It's like AI could be your guru guiding you towards enlightenment or something.
In a way, yeah. And it's not just about finding your path. AI can also provide support along the way. Like imagine virtual communities where people on similar journeys can connect and share their experiences and encourage each other.
So it's not just about individual growth, but like fostering a sense of collective consciousness too.
Exactly. And, I think that's where the real magic lies. If we can use AI to help individuals tap into their inner wisdom and connect with others who are like on the same wavelength, imagine what kind of world we could create.
It's a beautiful vision, but let's be real. There are probably some downsides too, right? Like, what are some things we need to watch out for?
Oh, for sure. It's not all going to be perfect. One big concern is bias in AI algorithms. If the systems are trained on data that reflects existing societal biases, they could end up perpetuating those biases.
That's a really good point. We don't want AI to make inequality even worse.
Absolutely. And then there's the issue of data privacy. As we share more and more personal information with these AI systems, we need to be sure that data is protected.
Yeah, it would be pretty creepy if some company was using your like deepest thoughts and feelings to sell you stuff.
Exactly. And it's not just about companies. We also need to be mindful of AI being used for spiritual manipulation.
Like AI could be used to create a cult or something.
It's a possibility. That's why we need careful regulation and ethical oversight as this technology develops.
So how do we balance the potential benefits of AI with these, very real risks?
That's a tough question. I think it starts with education. We need to educate ourselves and each other about the potential and the risks so we can make informed decisions.
Yeah, knowledge is power. The more we understand about AI, the better we can use it for good.
Right. And we also need to cultivate critical thinking. Don't just blindly believe everything an AI tells you.
Yeah, AI is a tool, not a guru.
Exactly. And it's also important to remember that AI shouldn't replace human connection. Technology can enhance our spiritual journeys, but it can't replace real human relationships.
That's so important. We need to make sure we're not all just staring at our screens.
Right. So as we explore this frontier of AI and consciousness, let's keep the human element at the forefront.
I love that. This has been such a fascinating conversation and honestly a little mind-bending, but I'm feeling optimistic.
Me too. I think we're at a really exciting time. We have a chance to use AI to create a future that's both technologically advanced and spiritually enlightened.
But it's going to take effort, right? We
Yeah.
need to make sure we're using AI ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely. It's a challenge, but it's a challenge worth tackling.
Because if we get it right, the possibilities are limitless. And I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
I know. It's like we're just starting to grasp the potential of AI, and it's already making us rethink what it means to be human.
Yeah, it's like AI is this mirror reflecting back at us, you know?
Yeah.
It's forcing us to ask those big questions about consciousness and purpose and all that.
Like, what even is consciousness? And what's our role in this whole grand scheme of things?
Exactly. These are questions philosophers have been wrestling with for centuries, but now we have AI in the mix, which adds this whole other layer of complexity. It's exciting, but also a little daunting, you know? Like, are we opening Pandora's box here?
Maybe, but I think it's more like we're stepping into a new frontier. And we're not alone in this. There are so many people out there grappling with these same questions.
Yeah, it's like we need to have this collective conversation, right? Figure out what it means to live in a world where AI is such a big part of our lives.
Totally. We need to move beyond the hype and the fear and just, have an honest conversation about the potential and the risks.
And that conversation needs to involve everyone, right?
Yeah.
Not just the tech experts and the philosophers.
Absolutely. We need artists, writers, spiritual leaders, everyday people. Everyone's perspective matters here.
So where do we go from here? What can our listeners do to be a part of this conversation and, help shape a positive future for AI and consciousness?
Well, I think the most important thing is to stay curious. Keep learning, keep exploring. There are so many resources out there, books, articles, podcasts, even online communities.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to share your own thoughts and experiences too. Even if you're not a tech expert, your unique perspective is valuable.
Exactly. Start conversations with your friends and family. The more we talk about this stuff, the more awareness we raise.
And if you're really passionate about it, support organizations that are promoting ethical AI development. There are groups out there fighting for responsible innovation and, making sure AI is used for good.
Totally. And, at the end of the day, it's important to trust your own intuition, too, your inner wisdom.
Because even with all this technology, we still have to make our own choices, right?
Absolutely. We can't just outsource our spiritual growth to AI.
Well said. This has been an amazing conversation. I feel like I've learned so much,
Hmm.
and I'm definitely walking away with a lot to think about.
Me too. It's been a pleasure exploring this with you.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, for this deep dive into AI and consciousness. It's a complex and evolving topic, but one that's definitely worth exploring. Keep those questions coming, keep those conversations going, and let's see what incredible future we can create together.